First up in the list of other things in the term sheet, most of which don't matter, is dividends.
What are dividends and when do they matter?
So a dividend is a right of an investor to get a percentage of their investment back paid over a period of time. Or it's an amount of money that the company decides to distribute out to all shareholders. The dividend in a term sheet is typically like an interest rate on the money that was invested. You'll often see a dividend language saying something like dividends are 8% of the capital invested on an annual basis. However, in most venture deals, dividends are what are called non-cumulative, which means that they only are whatever is declared at that moment in time versus a dividend that grows over time as each year passes. Say a 10% dividend on an annual basis on $2 million would be $200,000. If it's a non-cumulative dividend, the most it would ever be is $200,000. But if it's a cumulative dividend, every year another $200,000 would accrue, even if the dividend's not paid out. So after 3 years, the dividend might be $600,000 on that $2 million investment. The reason that you rarely see these in venture-backed deals is that most venture capitalists don't use dividend as a feature of their terms. It does have an economic impact, and you do see dividends in some types of deals, especially much larger private equity deals, but rarely in venture capital related deals.
If it's rarely used, why is it in the term sheet?
It's in the term sheet because we're using the same form of term sheet that was created on a typewriter 40 years ago. And the conventional knowledge of all term sheets is essentially an accumulation of historical terms that have not been banished from the term sheet themselves. It turns out that there is value in having a non-cumulative dividend in the term sheet in one edge case, which is the edge case where an investor invests at a high price. The company is acquired at a somewhat high price, but not quite as high as the investment. And all of the investors make money, including the entrepreneurs, except for that very last investor who actually only gets their money back. In that case, a non-cumulative dividend is actually a nice little extra feature to give that investor a little bit of money.